All right. Welcome everybody to another exciting video. Chess with Lutho Mfazwe. My name is Lutho Mfazwe and you are chilling with me on my channel, Chess with Lutho Mfazwe, a channel dedicated to my thoughts, my understanding, my interpretation of the game of chess and everything in between. Of course, we are looking at chess mostly predominantly played in South Africa, but then we are also using the African continent and the world, what do you call it? The world chess body, if I can put it that way, as our scope of chess sharing that we'll be doing here as well. And speaking of chess sharing, I actually want to start doing some games that I'm analyzing. I've been looking at some games which are very interesting, but I'm not seeing anybody covering them. I think I saw a game, Pragnananda versus R. Svane or something like that. I can't remember his surname. And what a game played, this week or last week in the Bundesliga tournament 2024. Very, very, very fascinating stuff. And I'm appalled, surprised that, the likes of Agadmeto and Gotham Chess have actually not gotten to that game. So games like those need to come to the fore, especially since, the chess was so amazing. Yeah, we are looking in this video at the Rylib SummerSlam Tournament 2024, which was played on Tuesday, the 3rd of December, 2024. And yeah, we are looking at game number 5, my game against Mr. Paul Swarts, who was the lowest rated player in the section, but my goodness, he gave me a run for the point, and I am to say that I actually got the point by sheer luck, if I can put it in that way. Of course, we came from the World Championship, which was played today, game number 12, and Ding Liren actually won that. I actually covered it this afternoon. But my goodness, you should go and check out the press conference. I mean, it's amazing. The manner in which Ding Liren actually analyzes and goes through his games and gives some of the lines that he actually saw and where he stopped and what his evaluations were. Sheerly amazing. Of course, Kukesh did not take some time to analyze some of his games. And of course, I understand why, because he was a bit tired and he lost the game as well. So he needs some time to recuperate and just recover and get back into the swing of things. So yeah, that one is understandable. But Ding Liren, top level chess, guys, is amazing. And you can see that it's just nuanced. I'm looking at positions like, I can't even see what you're talking about when you're saying that, this position is not good. I'm looking at it like, what's not good about the position? But yeah, well, that's top level chess for you. Yebo, let's dive into it. First, let me show you the pictures that I had promised you of the Rylib SummerSlam 2024. These are the pictures of the prize winners of the event. You can see these are the tournament consisted of, I believe, is it 5 different sections? It was the under 10, under 12s, the open, the intermediate, and the championship section, with a lot of trophies and cash prizes for the championship section. Hence the reason why, Matt Fay is carrying the championship. I almost said world championship. Is carrying the champions trophy, and you can see Mnyasta on the other side does not have a trophy. And the reason why is simply because the 3rd place and 2nd place winners did not receive trophies, but only received the cash prizes. So yeah, congratulations to all of the players in the different sections who won. And yes, that was an amazing tournament overall, and the experience, of course, was spectacular. Shout out to Mr. Hakim, who appeared there in the pictures with the glasses. Amazing stuff, and thank you very much for the service and the hard work that you are putting in, sir. Much appreciated, and may you continue with your service to the chess community. Well, let's jump into the game. against Mr. Paul Swarts, and I'm not going to keep you long. I'm not intending to do an exhaustive analysis like I'm doing with the Western Province League. This game started off as a King's Indian attack, and I think I must give myself time to actually, study this opening a bit, because I've struggled a bit, with some of the lines in this open. In fact, not the lines, but with the attack that actually ensues. And I think this game illustrates the difficulty there, because after the closing of the center, okay, a similar sort of position I reached against Timofey Rokov, but it was more of a Grand Prix type of structure, but with e5, with the bishop being on a2 in the other game, and not fianchettoed. And I won a very nice game, and I treated this game in the same type of fashion as well, playing the same, almost the same moves as I played in that game. And it stops this queenside expansion with the move pawn onto a3. I capture, opening the file, and rook onto b8 perhaps is much more. Let me just see what the engine is recommending. Let's go back. Yeah, rook onto b8 was the move that I thought about at first, but I questioned when the rook reaches b3 whether it would be enough that I'm putting pressure on this pawn, and I thought perhaps it's much better if I send the knight to the b3 square. Bishop g5 played, h6, bishop onto f4, rook b8, and yeah, you can see I wasted a bit of time with knight onto a5. Why send the knight to a5 if you're not going to send it in, So yeah, that was bad. Queen onto d2, putting pressure, of course, on h6, king onto h7, and now the attack starts for white. Knight onto e3, intending to go knight onto g4 to put more pressure on this pawn right here. I think here perhaps I'm supposed to try to get an idea with bishop d7 and get the rooks active on the other side. Unfortunately, I think I captured the pawn. Knight goes to g4, and here instead of knight g8, let's switch this engine off because it's disturbing me and I might take too long if I'm going to analyze with the engine. I went to the f5 square. And I think perhaps this was slightly not good, because now on that square the knight can actually be targeted. So queen onto f6, the dark squared bishop is gone, and the dark squares are a bit weak. Knight onto g4, and you can see that after queen onto g7, bishop onto e5 is played, and obviously white has the momentum here. Now imagine if this knight was on g8, you can see the move f6 would have been easy to play and combat this whole attack by white. Unfortunately, now I have to give up an exchange for this this attack to stop, because after g4, even though I saw the move knight onto h4, but this move g5 was actually a move that I missed. I completely thought that this move g5 was not playable, but neglected to see that the rook is actually hanging. So knight g2 with the hopes that if g takes f6, then knight e1, and after take here, then knight onto f3 check, and then I will capture the queen, and that would give me something to play for. So king g2 played, bishop d7, and he captures on this side. Of course, I don't want to capture here because you have to also think about the rooks coming into the game. So it's best to leave everything closed down. And here my opponent struggled a bit, I think, to make things happen. Queen onto f4, of course, is a good move. Heading to c7, trying to exploit the diagonal on the rank, 7th rank, from the other side. So knight c6 is played. Of course, I'd like to defend with the rook, but unfortunately, if I should, then this would be exchanged, and the other rook would join the party on b1. So knight c6, queen c7, and queen onto f7. And I think here he was supposed to consider moves with rook onto h1. Of course, h5 would would be played, but perhaps he should try something in this direction. He took on h6 with the idea that if I should take, then at least he gets the bishop on the other side. But I was happy with this because now this closes the file, and not only that, because the queen and the queens are in the same diagonal, now there's room for tactics. Bishop h3 threatened, and unfortunately didn't see it. Bishop h3, and this way I escape with murder. I mean, crazy that he missed that tactic. Of course, last minute arguments of the position, and here I just make a silly blunder. Rook takes c3, just giving away this. Okay, I was in time pressure as well, so didn't see that, and both of us actually didn't see it. He played king onto g2, and I saved the rook. e7. Unfortunately, this is too slow because after e8, let's just check, and there will be checkmate in the next move. So you have to defend, and here I can actually just pick up the pawn and eventually pick up the bishop. So here the game is essentially over. I'm not going to analyze any more of the game. That's checkmate right there. So that was the game with Mr. Paul Swarts. Very fantastic attack that he had there, but unfortunately he didn't make it happen, and he missed the fact that his queen was actually hanging. But well played as well in terms of the manner in which he played. I think he was a strong player. I can't accept the fact that he's rated 1400. So I should assume that he had some higher rating before. But yeah, anyway, it's a great game that he played nonetheless. Okay guys, I am going to thank you for tuning into this video, and do like, share, subscribe, and follow us on WhatsApp as well. Leave us some voice notes there so that you can your voice notes can be played. There's the World Championship that is going on. I'm sure that you have a lot to say, so bring those voice notes so that we can hear what you guys have in store. Yes, thank you very much guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.